Hello. Hi. Ah, Rich Mitch, hello. You alright, mate? Just adjusting stuff. How's that? That do? Do I sound okay? I've got a mic on, trying to make the effort here. Does that sound alright? Let's get my trusty laptop and see if I can see comments. Hey Scott, how are you? My channel. And here it is. I'll turn the volume off first. And oh look, there's an advert. There's a bloody advert. Okay, so felt like I'd go live, so here I am. Hey John, hey Joss, all right Joss. Yeah, I've been meaning to do this. There's a few tags I've been meaning to do. And hey Heather, there's the 12 months, 12 fragrances tag, and then there's this one, which is the unique, and I decided to do unique fragrances because I felt more inspired to do that at the moment. Hey Katrin. So yeah, Lizzie tagged me in this video. I don't know if Liz is about today. Hey DK Albright. Don't know if Liz is about, but Lizzie off of Rose and Jones tagged me in this unique fragrance tag video. So I've got 10 fragrances here, there, that I think are quite unique. So I'm going to share them with you. But before we do that, let me know what you're wearing, what's your scent of the night or day, and what are you eating or drinking. Let me know if you've got any interesting snacks on the go. I would love to hear. I am wearing 3 different fragrances, all of which are here, so I'm not going to talk about them just yet. One on this arm, one on this arm, one around here, just to remind myself whilst we talk about them, really. And yes, let me know what you're wearing. What's your scent of the night, please? And what did I eat? I had, tell me what you had for dinner as well, or lunch if you want. I had a combination lunch and dinner, we'll call it Linner, and it was from a jerk takeaway, or a Caribbean takeaway. I've not seen it before on my Just Eat app. It's quite local. Not heard of it, not seen it before, but I fancied some Jamaican food and it was really nice actually. So I had this chicken brown stew, which was very lovely. Heather had a salad. Oh, that's a bit boring, Heather. I hope there was some nice stuff with it. Scott's wearing Christian Provenzano Queer Elite. Never heard of that. I had a dunch. Well, yeah, I had either a dunch or a Linner. But, you know, we're splitting feathers here, aren't we, Ducky? Joss wearing a Mont Blanc Présence d'une Femme. Well, that sounds rather nice. Haven't tried that one either. Okay, so I'm just going to make a start because I've just done 3 12-hour shifts. I've just finished the day shift. So I finished my day shift today at about 6:30. And I'm quite tired, I guess, is what I'm saying. I'm always moaning that I'm tired. So yeah, I'm not going to go on too long. I'm just going to fire through these 10 fragrances and then bugger off. Katrin's wearing Mango Skin. Very nice indeed. And Rich Mitch is wearing Dior Homme 2012. Tony's in the house. Hey Tony, have you got cake? And Heather had chicken and green tomatillo sauce with her salad. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Rich Mitch has got Bungal Rouge on his hand. Let me know what you think of that, Rich Mitch. And okay, right, let's fire through these bloody fragrances. Let's get them out of the way. Anyone would think I don't want to be here. Tony's got a lemon mousse. Go have a dessert on the go, haven't you, Tony? And Hilary saying, hey y'all. Mohammed is saying hi, and he says he's Bengali, and Rich Mitch definitely doesn't have him on his hand. Good to know. And Chris is there as well. He says, hello Claire. Hello Chris. Viking Jesus, as he's sometimes known. Okay, I hope you haven't missed anyone. So I'm just going to fire through these 10 unique fragrances. I don't know what to say. Right, we'll start with this one. Eau de Moschino, and it's a discontinued fragrance. I used to wear this back in my early 20s. It was a signature for me for a few years. I used to feel very, very special when I wore it, and I have it on this hand here. Then there's some notes which really I don't think really conjure up how it smells. There's lily, violet, jasmine, iris, rose, heliotrope, vanilla, amber. There's a couple of woods like sandalwood, cedar, but it's in effect, it really doesn't help you to understand how this one smells. It's kind of fresh and sweet, quite girly. It's not exactly gourmand, but it's almost candy sweet with the florals. Very, I guess you'd say very synthetic, but I really like it. And yeah, I mean, obviously there's memories of me being 22 and I was way naughtier than I am now. So you've got that whole nostalgia thing going on, but it's unique because there's nothing else that I've got that smells like this, because it's neither a gourmand nor is it a fruity floral really. It's quite different. It's got a little bit of a powderiness to it. It's kind of fresh, but it's not like a citrusy fresh. It's fresh with the florals, but it's also quite sweet. And as I say, it's fairly synthetic, but to me, you know, in a good way. It's just it's a fun fragrance. It's quite hard to get hold of. I was trying to get hold of one for ages at a good price. You can find them at expensive prices, but if you want to get a bottle for less than 50 quid, you take you a while. But I just like it for nostalgia really. DK Albright, naughtier. Oh my god. Yeah, I was actually a lot naughtier. Lucas Poe is here. Hey Luke, did someone say naughty? Oh yeah. Did someone say cake? Says Tony. And Hilary wants to hang out with the naughtier Claire. Oh, am I not naughty enough for you now then, Hilary? We'll be naughty when we hang out, Hilary. We're going to be well naughty. Well naughty. DK Albright, Claire said she was naughtier. Mavid Day is here. Hey Dave. And Robert's here. Evening everybody. What have I missed? As I'm always late now. You're always late, Robert. Always late. And then you don't hang around to the end of the party either. You slip out secretly. You slip out the back door. Right, so that was the first one then, Eau de Moschino. I think it's very unique in today's market, or today's, well, it's unique in my collection, but it's unique in what you could, if you tried to find something that smelled like that in the shops today, it's not going to happen. It's just not, it's not what people might consider popular and modern, I think. But it doesn't smell old-fashioned, it's just unusual, very unusual. The next one I've got is Clean Reserve's Radiant Nectar. I've spoken about this one quite a lot, and it's unusual to me because it's some kind of compromise between a musky fragrance and a gourmand. It's unusual because, well, it's got pear in it, which is not that unusual because I've got quite a lot of fragrances with pear. Pear seems to be trending, I would say, the last 6 months or so. Pear is definitely trending as a note, but in here it's teamed up with ambrette seed, and it's kind of musky. It's musky, but it's also got this texture, and that's why I always say it smells like biscuits. It smells like pears and biscuits. Quite linear. It doesn't do a lot of changing, but it's got a freshness about it, so it doesn't get boring. It's not particularly loud fragrance, but it's enough, you know, for me, for 4 or 5 hours, that is absolutely fine. I'm smelling it, which is the main thing. Probably if I let people get close to me, they'll smell it too. And it's, unique to me because it smells like pears and biscuits. So I've got nothing else that smells like pears and biscuits. So that's Radiant Nectar. And I really like it. I like it very much. Rich Mitch, you made the pear trend. DK Albright, La Belle Pear. Lucas posted, pear is trending. It's my favourite agricultural podcast that no one's ever heard of. Oh, Luke, you're so funny. And Heather wants cookies now. Well, when you eat salad for your lunch, you're always going to want cookies. It's a fact. DK Albright says JPG La Belle, aka Pear, aka Claire Pear. C'est moi. Right, next one then. Wow, we've done 2 already. I'm firing through these. So, as I said earlier, it was Lizzie off of Rose and Jones that tagged me, and she actually chose a very similar fragrance to this one. And I've gone for Lolita Lempicka, and this is the Midnight Couture or Minuit Couture. And it's obviously it's a flanker. Most of these Lolita Lempicka flankers, the Minuit ones, I think they're all very, very similar, if not identical juices, just in different bottles. But basically, the original Lolita Lempicka is, I think, just a little bit lighter. The licorice is not quite as heavy, and they're just a bit, maybe a little bit prettier. This has some more, I think, resin. So, like, I think there's myrrh. So this is licorice. It's very powdery. There's almond, there's vanilla, there's violet, there's a note of ivy. I don't necessarily pick up, I mean, I wouldn't know what ivy smells like anyway, but I'm guessing it's going to be a greeny smell. There's probably something slightly greeny in here, but it's mostly about sort of licorice and resins, and then this almond and violet. It's a really unusual fragrance. It's kind of dark, gothic, yet whimsical, fairy tale-esque, just like the bottle would suggest. Very unusual. The whole range of these apples, all of them are very unusual. They are not mass appealing fragrances. That's why I like them. But I find them all a bit linear. That's my problem with this range. They don't change that much on the skin, and because they're quite heavy, that can bother me a little bit. It just means I get a bit bored, like I wish they would bugger off it or lighten up, or I don't know, take a chill pill or something, I don't know. Joss, I just saw these black hearts, one of my top favourites, Claire. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's a really, really unusual, it's pretty, but it's pretty in a gothic, like kick-ass way, not pretty in a light floral white floaty dress way. Quite the opposite. You're the evil Disney queen, you're not the lovely princess who melts the stuff or whatever it is that freezes stuff or whatever. Not up on my Disney too well, sorry. The Life Junkie, I love that bottle. Poison Ivy, I don't recommend, says DK Albright. Lucas Poe, dark, gothic yet whimsical, describes most of nightly dreams. Your nightly dreams, Luke. Hilary says, Finn's favourite fragrance right now is Lolita Lempicka. Oh, lovely. A Maleficent realness. Yes, Maleficent. Rich Mitch, have you tried Papillon? Who are you talking to? Rich, if you're talking to me, I think you already know I have. So you're probably talking to someone else. I don't know. Let me know. Let's move on then. So the next one is not a perfume at the moment. It's a body oil that I plan to buy the perfume for. So it's Sex and the Sea Neroli off of Francesca Bianchi. And this one's really unusual because it smells like a floral bubblegum with bitter citruses. And there's nothing like this in my collection, I can tell you. It's kind of fresh, but it's got this, how do I describe it? Because it's got this sweet, almost bubblegum like thing going on. It's just unusual. So it's not a gourmand. It's not a fruity floral, but maybe you would categorise it as fruity floral. But the fruits are citrusy, like it's like petitgrain, bitter, a little bit green. Obviously Neroli, which is also can be bitter and green, and a bit orangey. But with this beautiful, I think it's tuberose, but it's not like blousy, tits and arse out kind of tuberose. It's more on the fun side, the light-hearted side. It's maybe sweeter, and as I say, kind of bubblegummy. So it's very unusual because it's bubblegum and bitter, green and citrus all at once. Super fun. I really enjoy it. It's quite different to a lot of things I normally wear, but I really enjoy it. It's not one I would reach for loads, but I would definitely enjoy wearing it every now and then. So Sex and the City Neroli. I've got the oil here, and at some point I will be buying the matching perfume. Elaine's here, says hi guys. Hi Elaine. DK Albright, I love all Francescas. Robert says, who mentioned tits and arse there? And Hilary says, I prefer tits and arse out, to be honest. Okay, I'll sort that out for you. I'll slip into your DMs, Hills. Lil K, good evening, gorgeous lady. Good evening, thanks for joining us. I was talking to you. Yeah, Rich, I'm a mad fan of Papillon. I've got Bengal Rouge, I've got Tobacco Rose, I've got Angelique. I have a decant of Anubis, which I really enjoy. There's a lovely jasmine in that as well. So yeah, big fan. Big fan right here, Richie. Anyone try Black Knight? Yes, I've tried that one. I've got a sample DK Albright. It's quite a nice, I think it's quite a sort of a leathery, it's a leathery scent, but it's not like a harsh, it's not like the leather of, I don't know, a horse saddle, or it's not anything really, really harsh, but it's also not like smooth and suede either. It's more to me it's more minerally, more earthy rather than tannic. Is it tannic? That tang, you know, that horrible tang that you get with leather. I don't really get that with Black Knight, so I quite like it for that. Jim R's here. Am I freezing? Because on my laptop I'm freezing. Let me know. Jim says, hello, always a pleasure to catch a live stream in progress. Good to see you, Jim. I'm just going to refresh my laptop because I'm not sure if I'm freezing. Can you let me know in the comments whether I'm frozen or anything else? Right. All good. Okay, thank you. It's just my laptop then. Rich Mitch just bought Lord of Misrule and Rose Jam. So they're Lush fragrances. Tim says, have you tried Tank Battle or Rentless by Lush? I've tried them in the shop a long time ago, so I remember not liking one of them. Rentless, it was Rentless. That has got that, because it's based on like a submarine, isn't it, that someone was living in. So it's got that kind of mildewy type scent to it, which I just didn't like. Rich Mitch says, Rentless is lovely. Lil says, I love your voice. It's so relaxing when you're talking. Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Okay. Robert says, you don't seem freezing or cold as it's no snowing on your top. Okay. Tim, Valadina's here. I have the Lolita Lempicka Minuit and all I smell is the original except more powdery even. The red one. It's like cherries, total regret. I was a bit cautious about that one with cherries, so I haven't bothered to try it. Some people seem to love it. Quite a lot of people, you see them decluttering it. So they've bought it because of a little bit of hype, because it's supposed to smell like cherries, blah, 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 and then they kind of declutter it because it's a bit juvenile, maybe a bit linear, maybe a bit sickly. So yeah, I haven't bothered to investigate that one. Elaine says, I always spritz with a fragrance and continue to sniff during live streams. I've got it bad. Yeah, I think we've all got it bad. We've all got it very bad. Tim says, I can see how you could dislike Relentless. Yeah. Rich says, Tank Battle is not bad. I think I love American Cream. American Cream's very nice. Yeah, very smooth, sweet one, isn't it? Tony loves American Cream as well. Lovely out of the shower. Rich says, blizzards in Colorado at the moment. California's on fire. Yeah, the world's gone mad. Well, the world went mad a long time ago, didn't it? But it's just going more and more and more and more and more mad. So that's why we should just spray our fragrances and try and forget about it. Scent. Drink of the night. I'm all out of icicles. I've got no icicles left in my freezer. So this is a G&T. It's a pomegranate and rose gin with some slimline tonic. Tastes a little bit like Turkish Delight, but a tart with this like bitter. So you got like this sweet rose and then this tart from the pomegranate, you know what I mean. Danny says, hello, how are you? I'm very well, Danny. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us. Jim says, recent purchase were Mancera's Instant Crush and Amber Fever Luciano Pavarotti. The Mancera is quite nice, but much better suited for the ladies, in my opinion. Pavarotti, the fat man, is awesome. Oh, that's one that Rich is very fond of. So I've got cat hair on my face. Lil says, when you have the time, could you do a perfume video for fitness instructors? That could be an unusual list video, but yeah, I mean, I would consider that. Sybil's here. Hi, Sybil. Tony's got a nightcap, some proper 12 whiskey. Do you mean like 12-year-old whiskey? Or do I not know something? I don't know much about whiskey. And Sybil said, back to frags. Relentless was my signature for a while. Very unusual scent. Life Junkie says, love Instant Crush. Compliments galore. What wine? It's a gin. It's a pomegranate and rose gin with slimline tonic. Right, I think I'm caught up. So let's do another fragrance. So the one that I'm wearing around here tonight it's Blue Lotus from Teone Reinthal. So this one I've chosen as unusual or unique simply because it's Blue Lotus. Blue Lotus is extremely expensive and you don't find it very often in perfumes. I'm pretty certain I've never experienced it until now. Before I bought this, and I blind bought this because it sounded amazing, so I blind bought it. But before I blind bought it, I was trying to just find out if I can smell Blue Lotus as a singular thing. So I was trying to track down some natural Blue Lotus, and then I found 1 milliliter for £50. So that's what we're talking about here. So this is Blue Lotus. It's not just Blue Lotus. I think there's frangipani, there's vanilla, there's some resins. I think there's sort of like ambers and resins, and there's something called amyris, which I still need to research what that is. There's a little bit of sandalwood. It's very balmy. I find it really calming. This fragrance is it's kind of like gives a little bit of a zen-like feel. I don't know why, I can't explain it, but it's very smooth. It's very smooth, very calming, but it has this lovely vibration underneath. So you've got like this really smooth, clean, very clean floral, very calm, very balmy. And underneath there's like this resonating, I think it might be the resins, maybe the sandalwood. This is like resonating vibration underneath that lovely calming floral. It just almost like gives you a little buzz. I don't know, it sounds really weird, but that's how I am feeling it. And it, oh God, what am I talking about? I don't know, but I'm just saying what I think. And I just find it really, it's not like a weird fragrance. So this is unique fragrance tag. It's not a weird fragrance, but it is unique because I don't have anything with Blue Lotus, and I haven't smelt Blue Lotus before, and it's all natural, and it's just done so beautifully. It's so smooth, it's just perfection. So it absolutely is a unique fragrance, because you could probably go through Harrods top to bottom and not find anything like that. Like, you could go through a massive department store and smell every single fragrance and you still wouldn't have found anything that smelled quite like that. So that's why it's here, and it's really special. I'm really, really pleased to have it. So it's Blue Lotus. Now, if you want to send the men round with straitjackets, I'll just give you my address now. DK Albright, I remember you were nervous about that blind buy. God, was I ever nervous? Yeah. Elaine says I need to try Blue Lotus. Tim says sounds so lovely. Jim's looking forward to pulling out the coffee scents for the upcoming fall. Lil, what do you think about Sweedoft? Sweedoft, I've only smelt what Dan has let me smell. I think we might have done a video on some of them. Nothing particularly grabbed me. Some of them smelt quite similar to things I've smelt before, so they're not really a house that's interesting me too much, if I'm honest with you. Not saying that they're bad, but it just, some of them just felt a bit too close to other things. They felt, some houses, I feel like they're trying to be mass appealing, and in that they can lose their soul a little bit. And maybe I'm getting a little bit of that with that house. So less said the better. Okay. Dan recommended maybe Rasputin. I can't remember which one Rasputin was. The one I remember trying and liking to start with and then not liking was had a really strong tobacco note, and it reminded me of a couple of tobacco scents, which I can never quite remember which ones, like really well-known tobacco scents, but it's very rich. Like, to me, it cloyingly rich. So it started off well, and then it just got more cloying and more cloying, and it drove me wild in the end, like not in a good way. Okay, let's do another frag then. So we've done Blue Lotus. So another one that I think is very unusual, unique, is called Hibou. It's a company called BedeauX Fragrances. The perfumer is Amanda Beedle. She won an award a couple of years ago at Art Olfaction in the Artisan category for her fragrance called Chez Noir. We met at Essence last year, and I tried, she gave me some samples, and I've ended up buying Hibou, and I also bought her fragrance called Chouette. But Hibou, I think, stands out because it's so bold and it's very unusual. It's kind of like based on, it's loosely based on a night out, cocktails. it's a bit orangey and syrupy, but there's this texture, this kind of like slight gritty, grounded texture, and there's some florals. I can't remember. I think there's jasmine. It's a very bold fragrance. So if you think of things like Alien, it's got the boldness of Alien, but it's not quite as loud and heavy with like the jasmine, but it's syrupy, kind of orangey, a little bit gritty, but in a good way. Really great development. I find this quite addictive. Like you can see, I keep doing this. I don't wear it too often. I mean, I've done a little bit, but I mean, this is a perfect night out fragrance because it is nice and bold. It's sexy. And look at the colour of that. I love the colour. So I think I might have the notes up here actually. Yeah, let's have a look. See, so it's got amber and labdanum in the base. It's got rose. It's got some jasmine, some vanilla. It's got some woodsy stuff like palisander rosewood. It's a really fun, outgoing, lively, kind of sexy, flirty, playful fragrance. It's not like mega feminine. It's not mega girly or sweet, it's definitely not innocent, but it's also not dirty. It's just really unusual. There's nothing else really like it, so that's why it's here. Hibou. Hibou is an owl, by the way. Right, let's have a look at your comments. If you're still here, there we are, yeah. Tim Smith, I love the colour of the liquid. Lil says, yes, Hibou means owl. That's why it's for nights. Yes, a good point. Night owl. Watch out, Beedle's about. Yeah, yeah. Perfume is Amanda Beedle. Watch out, Amanda Beedle's about. Okay, right. Another frag then, I think. And so another one that I'm wearing on my arm is this arm here, and I'm wearing Grace d'Orient. Grace d'Orient. So the house is Angelos Creations Olfactives. He hasn't got his website up and running yet, but he is doing sample sets and you can buy fragrance from him personally. You just have to get in touch. So if anyone's interested, I've already posted his details on other videos, so you should be able to find it, or I'll try and post it later in this video. But anywho, I got in touch because of a Facebook post about this fragrance and I really wanted to try it, and it did not let me down. The post was absolutely gushing, like absolutely loved the perfume, and I do too. It's got this vintagey feel. So the perfumer studied in Paris in the traditional techniques of perfumery. So the fragrances all have this vintage feel. It's a very powdery, there's some real iris, there's quite a lot of real iris in here, I think. They're not IFRA compliant, so that he's not restricted as most companies are by the rules on how much iris, how much rose, etc. he can put in there. And I think that's why this fragrance comes across so unique. It's nothing like, you literally could not buy anything like this in the shops because it's not allowed to be sold. The concentration of the different oils in here are simply not allowed, and that's probably why you get such a unique effect. But it's got this really vintage feel. It's very powdery with this lovely iris. There's some ylang ylang. There's a beautiful vanilla note that comes in, and it's a natural vanilla, and I'm really starting to, I mean, the last sort of few months or so, really appreciate natural vanilla. It's just not quite as sweet. It seems to have a little bit more texture, a little bit more nuances to it, and it's just beautiful. So to me, this is absolutely a unique fragrance. It's a lovely vintage floral with a beautiful vanilla note, and I really, really like it. It says Grasse d'Orient, and the company is called Angelos Creations Olfactives. If you want any more information, just let me know and I will hit you up. Quickly check in. Is anyone talking, or have you all disappeared? If you're still here, let me know. Or am I talking to myself? Right, we'll move on to the next fragrance then. So this one is called Maxed Out, and it's for 160 Tuesdays. And this one is super unique, so unique. So, okay, you're still there. Woohoo! Yay, thank you. Good to know. Josh says, I'm listening intently and reading comments. Yay, Hillary's still here. Rich Mitch, I'm a foot. Lily, we are here. Thank you. Only 4 likes, says Tony. Only 4 likes. Only 4 of you like my video. So Maxed Out is a collaboration. It was quite a few years ago now between Max Huesler, who has a brilliant YouTube channel that I've been watching for years, and I'm sure most of you already know. He's very to the point and honest, brilliant at picking things out and describing fragrances, not just giving you a note listing. And he's also training or working to become a perfumer himself. So he's obviously, like Peter from Fragrance View, is gaining in knowledge and experience all the time. And he's got a great channel, and he collaborated with Sarah McCartney from 160 Tuesdays to create the scent of his misspent past, really. So Max is now sober, but he used to be a little bit naughty, and he indulged in drugs, drinking, and there's even a note of prostitutes, actually high-class prostitutes, in this fragrance. So it's got cocktails. There's some coconut in here, some kind of like fruity cocktail element to it. Sorry, let's have a little drink. There is I think there's a hint of cannabis. There's a little bit of cumin in here, which is to give a kind of like the morning after body odor kind of feel. So imagine a crazy night out, drugs, drink, high class hookers, cocktails, and smoking, and sort of mussed up bed sheets, you know, that musty kind of like slept in bed sheets, or more than just slept in bed sheets. It's kind of all of that, but it's all packaged together in quite a pleasant way. The only thing I have trouble with this fragrance, it is a very unique fragrance, is when I get out the shower, I usually want to carry on feeling clean, and this just makes me feel a little bit dirty. And you know, there are times when I want to feel dirty, but usually if I get out the shower and it's time to put my perfume on, I don't really gravitate towards something that's going to make me feel like I smell like I've just got out of bed and not showered, and maybe I did more in bed than just sleep, and maybe I had a wild crazy night. So it's a fun fragrance and I actually really enjoy it. So I wear it for myself. If I'm hanging about indoors, I tend to just do one spray on the arm and just enjoy it for my own pleasure. So this is the fragrance of sensual self-love, shall we say, but it's Maxed Out. That's the Parfum. It's a pure Parfum, and it's very rich, very long lasting, lots of development, really, really, how would we say it? Artistic, fun, tells a story. Yeah, really pleasant to smell. Just a bit dirty, just a little bit dirty. Who likes getting dirty? Who likes smelling dirty? Just reading your comments. Maybe Day says my willy twitched at that monologue. Heather says a hooker is still a hooker. I guess so, but I guess one lives in a really nice apartment and wears designer clothes, and the other one just gets by. I don't know. Toppy Terp says if I smelt that on someone, I'd tell them to wash. It got a little Jungle J about it. I think there's supposed to be a little bit of a hint of cannabis. It's not too heavy, if that's what you mean. Heather says hard pass on smelling dirty. Yeah, I can understand that. AR says, as a previous high-class escort, I can tell you we just smell like expensive perfume. Good for you, AR. Toppy Tep says, to be fair, I like Animalic Oud, so lol. The Night by Frederick Malle I love, but people think it's poopy. Oh yeah, I can't really tolerate any of those Frederick Malles that are oudi and Arabic kind of thing. I just can't. I can't. Jungle Jezebel. Oh, okay. No, it's nothing like Jungle Jezebel at all. It's not got like the civet. It's not really got those animalic notes. The only animalics is the cumin, but it is dialed quite low. It's not too much, and there's something that evokes dirtiness, but it doesn't smell. I mean, I don't know what Sarah McCartney used. It doesn't smell like civet or castoreum. It's not an obvious animalic note, but something just gives you that dirty, like the sense of musty unwashed sheets and scalp. Just a little bit, you know, like if you pick up someone's pillow and they've slept on it a few nights in a row and you smell the pillow, that scalp smell, it's got a tiny bit of that. AR says yuck. Right, okay, let's try another one. Okay, so the next one is, it's SP Parfums. Now, SP Parfums make some really interesting fragrances, and I definitely do have more unique ones than this one I've chosen. This is Sandal and Peony, and the reason I've chosen it is simply because it's so good. And I don't have anything like it, even though it's not anything crazy weird. It's a really beautiful sandalwood fragrance. It's a bit fruity, red fruits, but there is this unusual note, which is a cocktail, no, not a cocktail, a liqueur. I can't remember the name of the I keep saying cock. Why am I saying cock? It's a, what's it called? A liqueur. It's a liqueur. I've forgotten the name of the liqueur. It's a green liqueur, green colour, and it was initially made by monks, and it has a ton of different herbs and aromatics in it. I think it's French. Chambard, yes, Chambard. Thank you, Tony. Chambard, yes. There's this strange, in the opening, there's this kind of strange, rich, slightly green, herbal yet syrupy, sweet thing going on, but you've got a lot of vanilla in here, a really nice vanilla. Start to finish, lots of vanilla. Peony, to me, it smells more like a bit rosy, and a really beautiful sandalwood. It's just so well done from start to finish. The journey of this fragrance is exquisite. It's one of the best things I've smelt this year, apart from, I will take Teone Reinthal out, because Teone Reinthal is the best thing I've smelt in my life. Sandal and Peony is the best thing I've smelt this year in terms of the composition, the way that everything develops from note to note to note, the beauty of the ingredients, the quality. It smells not, I wouldn't say it smells like really natural, but there's no obvious synthetics. It just smells really good. Everything connects so beautifully together. And so you have red berries, you've got peony, you've got sandalwood, you've got vanilla, you've got this liqueur note. Really interesting fragrance. It is unique. It's not the most unique from this house, but I wanted to highlight it because it's so good. It's so good. So that's Sandal and Peony from SP Parfums. Oh, Chartreuse Craftomatic. Chambard is raspberry. It might be Chartreuse. It's definitely beginning with a CH and it's French. Elaine says, I have one from this house. Mislaid it, can't remember the name. It was gorgeous. Tony, how much are they? I think they're €139. I could be wrong. I don't know if there's been any price increases. I think it's about 139 for the 30ml. Toppy Terp says Fleur d'Oranger by Serge Luton has a cumin note, and you smells good. Said the frag reminds him of a woman in a nightgown with BO. Sounds unique to me. Yeah, I do have trouble with cumin. I was gonna say BO then. I'm fresh out the shower and I use good deodorant. I have trouble with cumin. I don't really like it. I would rather it not be in anything, but I can handle it in really small doses. And in maxed out, it's about as much as I can handle. I wouldn't want any more. But yeah, cumin. Cumin, no, I think it ruins a lot of things. It has that effect. It gives that body odor effect, and that is often times what people are looking for with it. But no, it's not what I want. It's not what I want. Tony says reminds me of curry. Yeah, the same. Yeah, it's like sometimes curry can smell a bit BO-ish, can't it? Like Anywho. DK Albright says I love cumin. Thanks guys. Lil says, what's your favourite perfume from Gallivant? I saw one of your videos you spoke about Los Angeles. Yeah, I think my favourite is actually Brooklyn, which to me smells lemony. It smells like a little bit like a fizzy lemon, like a lemon sherbet with some vanilla. Very smooth, very lovely, kind of fresh. It's actually supposed to be orange, but to me it's more lemony, and I like that. But I'm really excited because they are about to bring out an iris dominant fragrance, so I'm looking forward to trying that one, and potentially, who knows, that could take over as the favourite. But currently the favourite is Brooklyn. John Snow says like a fizzy orange. Yeah, John, whatever, orange, whatever. Scott says scalp pillow odour, BO, what's next? Yeah. Okay then, so we have one fragrance left, so we've made some fantastic progress, and I do think this is very unique. This is Miguel Matos and it's called Miracle of Roses. I've called up the notes on Fragrantica here because I find it hard to remember them all. So we have bread, milk, cinnamon, rose, heliotrope, immortelle, iris, sandalwood, incense, woody notes, and honey. I always remember when I tried to review this fragrance, I tried to do it without the notes, and it's really, really difficult. You can definitely pick out cinnamon. Rather than a bready note, to me, it's always felt more like an uncooked bread, like a dough. And absolutely can smell the rose as well. So it's a cinnamon, rose, incensey, kind of still bright. Like the rose is quite bright, but it's not a particularly girly or pot pourri kind of rose. But it's also not a jammy rose. It's kind of fresh and bright, but it has a little bit of density. And this is a really unusual fragrance. It develops lovely. It takes you on a journey, which, as you may know, I like that a lot. I don't like my fragrances to stay the same. I need constant stimulation. The Immortelle in here, I don't necessarily pick it out because Immortelle is a tricky note for me. I like facets of Immortelle. It's another unusual one like cumin. Facets of Immortelle which can be like maple syrup, but the other half of an Immortelle note can be a little bit curry-like, and I don't enjoy that. So I don't find that I really pick out the Immortelle. So to me that's a good thing. And also the honey is very light. It's almost like a watery honey, not a thick, dense, unctuous or dark honey. It's just a kind of like honey on the breath, you know. If you maybe you took your bread and you put some honey and some cinnamon and some rose. Yeah, it's unusual, but it's pretty. It's also a bit powdery. It's pretty, a little bit sweet, not too weird, but it is a bit weird. Like, I don't really reach for it too much because it is a little bit weird, but I should reach for it more because now I'm smelling it, it's really good. And let's just go back to your comments. Where's the video gone? Here we are. Nope, not there. This one. Oh, Liz is here. Oh, Empty Sense is off. Bye, Empty Sense. Let me just quickly catch up. I missed a few comments. Okay. Next, fish balls, says Empty Sense. No, we don't want to be smelling fish balls. Mind you, there's a fair few fragrances that are either called beluga or that have a beluga note. We don't need that. Joss says, I love the label. I remember those old school label makers. Yeah, they were fun, weren't they? DK Albright says, Miguel Matos has Transylvania I want to try. Oh, the Fragratician's here. Says, hello, hi. Fragratician. Lizzie said, oh, didn't know there was a live. Sorry, I should have let you know. Hello Beans, says Lizzie. Well, you've missed almost all of it, I'm afraid, Lizzie Bean. Toppy Terp says there's a fragrance called Hilda Solani, which is meant to smell like oysters. Only a fishmonger could pull that one off. Ew, no, why though? Why? Empty Sense, I'm back. I must apologise to Claire, I got a bit naughty. Okay, I might have missed that, but you are forgiven. Tony says, always an innuendo available on Claire's lives. She just throws the ball in the air waiting for someone to bat it away. Yep. Don't forget the thumbs up, says Lil. Thank you very much, Lil. Yeah, if you want to give me a thumbs up, you can do. Fragratician says, I'm late to the party. DK Albright, Claire, you made my night today, was so stressful to me. You make me laugh. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I'm glad that I am helping to make your day better. I'm not glad that your day was shit in the first place. So, yes, just make sure that's clear. So, yes, I think then I have done all the fragrances. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Have I done all of them? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I've done them all. So I am going to go now because I'm quite tired. I'm struggling to string sentences together. So I think it's time for me to head up to Bedfordshire. And thank you so much for coming along. Thank you to, oh, I've got to tag some people. Thank you to Lizzie Bean, aka Rose and Jones, for tagging me in this video. Even though she didn't bother to show up till the end. Stay behind and do lines, Lizzie Bean. So yes, who am I going to tag? I really don't know who's done it and who hasn't, because I'm not brilliant keeping up with YouTube at the moment. I think Joss has already done it, haven't you, Joss? Has anyone here not done it? Hands up. If you're not done, if you're on YouTube or Instagram, and you've not done the 10 unique fragrances tag yet, I need you to put your hands up. Put your hands up. I'm just scrolling up, seeing who's... I know Scott's already tagged. I don't know if he's done it or not, but Lizzie tagged Scott as well. I don't know if Tony, have you done it? Let me know, Tony, have you done it? If not, I'm just not going to tag anyone. Fragmentician's doing it. He's recording it tomorrow. John's done it. Joss has done it. It's like everyone's done it now. Scott's tagged to do it already. Basically, if you want to do it, do it. We'll just say that. If you haven't already done it, you are tagged. Tag your it. So Leo says, thank you so much for this live chat. Bonne nuit, gorgeous. Bonne nuit, everybody. Sweet dreams. Night, Leo. Thanks for joining us. Say night to everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all very, very soon. Mwah. Take care. Look after yourselves. Bye. Ooh, can't press the button.